Welcome back, everyone, to our Let's Play series of Motorsport Manager. So here we are after 4 races in the season. We have finished on the podium all but once. And the first race of the season was quite a bit better than it has been in years past. So I am very happy with where things are for us so far this season. Our car is progressing very nicely. And our next race will be in Munich. Let's go ahead and get started before I forget. Let's move through some of these emails. Car condition, pit crew. We had one pit crew mistake. Yes, that was about the tire, I would assume. The incorrect or improper compound tire. Thankfully, it was on car number 2 and not car number 1. That would have been disastrous on car number 1. Oh boy, we're back to the same one. So apparently we have maybe 3 questions to ask here. Maybe. Because we seem to be getting these same ones over and over and over. All right, so one of the things I'm interested in is this next political vote. First things first, let's see, she's found religion, which gives her a little bit more focus, but other than that, really is immaterial to performance. Server problems, all right. So we need to, let's see, we got data center, network capabilities, and we're out of date. Okay, well that's not shocking. All right, so the chairman wants to upgrade the entire system. That'll cost us $500,000, or we can lose some chairman happiness. Let's just give him the $500,000. We are not in money trouble right now. And if we look out a little bit, we're going to need $5 to $6 million for the remainder of the year. And you can see we've got a good bit more than that right now. So we're going to keep working on the car, and we're going to keep moving forward. Okay, car repair is now finished. So we've got both of our brake packages and working hard on their reliability because they are a pretty substantial jump from where we are now. I mean, we already had some good brakes to begin the year, but this is going to be a huge jump for them. We're going to go from 319 to 387. Wow. That's huge. Okay, we'll let that keep going. And here we go with our political vote. Let's see what we get. So the vote started is about allowing driver aids. So this is huge. What it essentially does is it focuses more on the performance of the car and swings the balance away from so much of the importance of the driver. Now again, you can go either way with this and use it to your advantage. You can see already we have some folks who are very much against that. I would imagine these are the teams with the best drivers. So what I'm going to do is load up our voting power and vote for it. The reason I'm going to do this is because this would enable us to not have to worry about paying so much for drivers. And simply work on our car and try to get better performances that way. So we're voting for it. We'll see what happens. Of course, we're using all of our voting power, and let's see what we get. It's approved. All right, we had a grand total of 2 people interested in this, but because of our abstaining in in fact, most of the previous votes, we had enough votes to get it approved. This is going to mean that if you're employing the very best drivers, you are overspending quite a bit relative to the performance you're going to get. So this is going to be huge. I just threw a huge monkey wrench in the plans of a lot of teams. They are, I would suspect, not going to be very happy with me. All right, so we're moving time forward, and of course, every day that passes, we are getting better and better reliability out of our brakes package. So they're up to 63% now, and we are about to have a new suspension that is finished. Okay, we'll get that email notification out of the way. And now you can see there we go. On the suspension, this part we're not going to worry about for this season because it's a risky part. We are simply interested in the development of more parts better parts for next season. So we're at 230 out of 271. We'll get it to 271 hopefully before the end of the season. So we're at 271 possible. Let's go back in for more suspension because we really need a lot of help there. Now we have 3 spots opened up, and let's see what we can do to maximize. All right, so plus 50 is immediately going to be chosen. I like this plus 30, even more than I like the plus 40 to the max. And there we go, 301 would be our maximum there. I like that quite a bit, as opposed to, yeah, the 281. Like it. I like it a lot. So that's going to, of course, cost us some money, but we're not going to worry about that. That's what we got it for. Keep spinning it, keep improving. So now our brakes jump us right back up toward the top. We're falling down on the acceleration. So again, it's a never-ending battle to try to keep ourselves competitive while at the same time increasing our competitiveness. Our brake packages are looking great. Let's go ahead and add in there. And unfortunately, it moves all of my staff where I don't want them. Okay, let's take a quick glance and just make sure we've got what we want up here. I think we do. Let's see, suspension. We've got our best part is there, and then we'll have another part, of course, coming after it. Gearbox, yes. We're maximizing performance there. And I'm going to be making at least one more of those, hopefully to get us up around, if not over 300. That would be awesome. Okay, yes, we've got exactly what we need going on right now. So we'll keep working on reliability. And you can see reliability work done. There we go. Okay, so we know we're at 100% on our brake package. Now what do we want to work on? The engines have realistically been fine. 85% has seemed to be perfectly good there. We've had no issues with the nose. We really haven't had any reliability issues at all. Okay, so I'm happy with where we are there. Let's just go ahead and do everything we can for their performance. Let's see. Oh, I should have swapped him back over. But once again, simply missed it. All right, come on, get off of there. All right, so now performance, where are we on performance? 6 and 4. So yeah, not a whole lot of difference there. And we'll see what we get out of these parts. And of course, we got one more part that'll be coming down the line. Choosing a vote. No. We were going to reject that. I'm not going to be spending my $1 million on that. I appreciate the opportunity, but we're not quite ready for that. All right, here we go. So we've got our new suspension done. All right, suspension is ready to go. Let's come back under the improving the parts. And let's see, what do we want to get rid of? I would like to keep both of the suspension parts in there, simply because these might be the two that we carry over to next season, and I would prefer they be 301 and 271 as opposed to where they are now. But at the moment, I think I want to keep it right where we are. We're almost done with this part. I mean, this is huge. 392, wow. That is exactly what we want. So I think for now, I'm going to leave it as is, because I don't see anything else we need to work on as far as reliability issues. All right, so close to being done with that brake package, and that'll give me the ability to then add the new suspension component in there. Okay, so what may actually be our final new part of this season, not sure. Let's work on a gearbox. So 275. And let's see what we can do here. Now we got 3 slots. And of course the great components are available. Wow, plus 60, yes. immediately we're doing that. And plus 40. And then plus 25. Wow, 324. Oh, that's going to be really good. And of course, a max of 340 ultimately. And then we get our glance at what further upgrades in HQ would allow us to do. There's a plus 40 and a plus 55. Yeah, and you can see none of those three options involve a risk level. So we're going to go ahead and set up this part, 1.4 million, which is huge, but we will take it because that is going to be a huge upgrade. You can see 275 would be our max right now. We're going to crush that with our new gearbox, of course, for next season. All right, so for now, let's go ahead and choose our sponsor. And let's get the tires taken care of. There we go. Make sure we get the proper parts fitted on. And in this case, that's definitely going to mean swapping out our brakes. So we're going to go from 319 to 394. And here we're going to go from 305 to 362. So huge gains on the brake package. All right, let's make sure everything else is where we want it to be. All right, this looks good. This is what we want. And we're ready to head to the track. All right, practice and qualifying now done. It is race time. Now, unfortunately, we didn't have an opportunity in practice to get all the way to level 2. There was a lot of weather changes in practice, made it hard to get very many laps on the same set of tires. So that kind of is what it is, but we'll take any bonuses we can get. Of course, probably the most important one for us is this tire change bonus that makes them 15% faster for us. That we like. All right, so we got 45 laps of fuel on board. That lines up pretty well with the medium tire. Of course, I'm using the hard tire on car number 2 simply because I want them out of the way and I wanted to deal with them as little as possible. So I think that's going to be our best bet. Engine mode, we're going to stay on high. My plan is to do a 3-stop race here. Trying to stretch it to do a 2-stop would require us to tune the engine down and stuff, which is doable, but not really the direction I want to go right now. I'm more interested in just sort of seeing what kind of speed we've got and having a little fun with that rather than worrying about the other. So we're going to mix it up a little bit, do a 3-stop strategy in this race, and if we need to make adjustments along the way, then we will do so. You notice that we qualified very well. That is also due to the weather because there was rain on and off, and so if you timed it just right with the tires, then you could be in good shape. Let's go ahead and push a little bit because I think we've got a little bit of extra tire there than what we have to stretch it and make it 45 minutes, but we'll have to keep a close eye on the wear and the tire temps and so on as we go on. All right, for right now, this is not exactly the start we were looking for. As you can imagine, we'll keep an eye on the weather as much as I can remember to anyway. Okay, already we're going to have to turn down the tire heat a little bit. So these guys, the AI attacked extremely hard at the beginning of the race. So we just try to maintain our pace and let them come back to us. So we got driver mistakes happening. That's not good. We don't want that. And the worst part about that is that it hurts the tires. So she has overheated the tires. We're going to have to try to bring that tire temp back down as quickly as we can. So hopefully her mistake hasn't ultimately cost us any opportunity at a great finish. But we got to get that tire temp down as quickly as we can. So far, so good. Weather is holding in there for us. At least it appears to be holding in for the duration of the first stint, as far as we can tell. All right, so the tire temps are coming back down now. And remember, we want 45 minutes stint here if we can get it. All right, let's go ahead and turn back up. We'll go up to neutral and see what this does for the tire temps. All right, looks like they're starting to increase again. All right, and now here we are. We are zeroing in on 16th position. And that would, of course, get us into the points. Yes, the tire temps are going up, so tire temperatures will be an issue here, and we will not be able to push very much at all. In fact, let's go ahead and conserve. Okay, the good news is we are within striking distance of 4th position. So we're right here with 5th, and we're within striking distance of 4th. But of course, you got to make that first pass. And that is something that Petra generally doesn't do all that well. Her overtaking stat isn't bad, but she doesn't tend to do very well with passing. All right, let's take a glance at some of the lap times. All right, we're a little off the pace for now. Okay, again, this only matters within the perspective of can we make it on our particular strategy, and can we make that strategy work? Okay, so we're not exactly where I want us to be on our lap times. But we're doing fairly well on track. I mean, we're right on the back bumper of 5th position, which would get us into the point, so I can't complain too much about that part of it. Okay, weather seems to be still cooperating, and here we are at 45 minutes, and we are perfectly fine on tires. Wow, practice did not tell me this at all, as well as the information in the garage. So we are doing great to make it an hour on both these tires and fuel. All right, I'm liking this quite a bit. Okay, you can see we've moved up into 4th. And tire temps are holding steady. That's good. And wear, again, is looking very good as we approach 50 minutes in this stint. So if the weather will hang in there with us and not throw us too many curveballs, we might be in good shape here. Okay, worn tires. 30% is not really worn for the mediums. All right, now we are up to 3rd as we start with a few pit stops here and there. You can see those starting to flash in the top left, that pit icon. And right now we are on pace for a great 1 hour stint. This is looking very nice. So the hard tires are definitely going to last longer. But at the same time, I mean, this is... Oh, okay, you are... All right, let's go ahead and get you into the pits. I was hoping to wait on you, but you are just going to fuss until I get you in there, aren't you? All right, so let's get them out of the way. That wasn't the original plan, but it's kind of where we are. So we're in 2nd place and doing quite well. Lots of pit stops are underway. And I'm going to try to run this as close to a 1 hour stint as I can. And it looks like we're going to get there. Yeah, we are great for one more lap. I say that as we pass right by pit entry. So once again, let's see, I like the 7 better than the 4. We'll go to Sophia next, and for whatever difference that makes anyway. Okay, so we've picked up a little extra time. We went a little bit over an hour, actually an hour and 5 or so. So that's going to buy us a lot of time in the future. Okay, so this is going quite well. Okay, every time the game stutters, I freak out just a little bit that it's going to... Oh, we had a mistake down here. That's the first one we've seen in a while. And refueling was bad, so we just had issues everywhere. Great. So it said underfueling the car. As long as it wasn't too bad, we should be okay. But we'll have to see. You can see how far it set us back on track. So that part of it is not good at all. But I'm hoping we can make some points out of this. If we can't get ourselves back up to the podium, maybe at least we can get ourselves back in the points. We're right there on the back bumper of 15th place and making that a reality as it now sits. So we're going to have to back off on the tires. Okay, so far, so good. The mistakes definitely weren't what we were hoping for. And eventually we're going to need some better pit crew, because I'm sure we're using, under Auto Manage, they're probably bottom of the barrel, I would imagine. All right, and in fact, we're dropping back even more now. We've gotten back into that middle of the road section. And once you get back in there, you can gain or lose spots very quickly. All right, let's move back up to neutral. So our hopes of getting 4 podium finishes in a row are not looking good right now at all. But I still am holding out hope for finishing in the top 5 and getting those points. That's ultimately what we need, to do the absolute best we can with the circumstances provided. Woo, that was a lot of moving on the screen, trying to focus and refocus. Really wish it would not refocus to the different car. Even just tell me what you need to tell me on the bottom of the screen, but don't refocus the screen. All right, so we're about 14 seconds out from a points paying position, so we need to, can't really pick up the pace a whole lot. Although it looks like our tire temps aren't in terrible shape. Let's try to push a little bit more. Just don't want those tire temps. You can see them. They're starting to jump up there now. And quickly. All right, in fact, let's go back down to neutral before they even get too far above that. If they'll just hang around right here, we'll be in good shape. Okay, so our hopes now are that everybody else starts to make some mistakes of their own in the pit lane or on the track. That would help us improve our position. But I don't know if it's going to be quite enough. Okay, tire temps stabilizing right here in the middle, which is perfect. If it'll just stay there, we'll be very good. You also notice that we're at an 8.5 right now with Sophia on her driver form. That is really good compared to a lot of what we've seen. Okay, now we're moving our way back up. This has something to do with pit stops, of course. Okay, more driver mistakes, which alerts me to the fact that it is time for another driver change. Okay, that'll get them out of the way so that we can focus on car number 1 for their next stop. We're at now 47 minutes into the stint, so that part is perfect. Both the tires, the stamina, and the fuel all look great for another 1 hour stint. And then that would enable us, hopefully, to push a little bit harder with Lee in the final stint. Weather still looks good as much as I can remember to check it. All right, so most of the second stops are done, and that should enable these folks to make it to the end, as we're right at an hour in. So yeah, I think we're in good shape. Everybody who is doing their second stops now should be able to make it to the end. Of course, assuming they put on a tire that can last that long. All right, so Sophia running low on stamina here, so we're going to have to get her out of the car pretty soon, but that's fine because that was the plan anyway. Okay, let's go ahead and get her all set for the final. Everything looks good. The track continues to gain grip. All right, so let's go ahead. That's about as low as I want to get this fuel. We only need about 50 minutes or so. Okay, as soon as he comes out of the pits, I want him to push a little bit. See if we can make up a little bit of time. Okay, I didn't see any issues that time, so we had a good pit stop. So we come out a little bit farther down than I would prefer, but again, we're going to try to make that ground up as best we can. Our speed will hopefully be better than that of those above us, at least until we get somewhere around the top 5. That's been the recipe so far in the last 3 to 4 races anyway. Okay, I see soft tires here. Those are not going to last to the end of the race. So they're not really an issue for us to be concerned with. But everybody above that should be good to go. We'll have to simply outrun them if we want to make up spots. Well, look at the A-class car having a hard time getting by us. That has got to be incredibly frustrating for them. That's one of those things I'm not necessarily looking forward to about being in the A division. Just another one of the challenges. Alright, so stamina warnings, but luckily that's on car number 2. All right, so everything's going fairly well. Let's take a quick look at our lap times. Not bad overall. I mean, obviously not great. We're definitely not fast enough that we're going to be making up big chunks of time on those in front of us, that's for sure. So just inside of 30 minutes to go. And yeah, we've got a lot of time to make up if we're going to have any hope of getting in the points. And I'm afraid we are not going to have the ability to do it. All right, tire temps a little bit low on car number 1, but it's going to be hard to press because as soon as we start pushing, we can watch those temps skyrocket. All right, here they come. Going much higher. And okay, let's back out of that. All right, so looking for a pit stop coming up very soon for the car in 18th position. That'll move us up. There we go. All right, fine. You're going to get your wish. I'm going to take you out of the car. As ridiculous as that is. And okay, you should be fine. Get you some new tires on there as well. Might as well. All right, so I don't remember exactly what that mistake cost us in the pits. I don't remember the time that it cost us, but it's no doubt cost us the ability to have a shot at a top 5 and a points-paying position. Wait, what is happening? Why are these guys coming in? Are they having to fix things? Didn't appear as though they were, but yet, wow, I don't even know what's happening with that. I can tell you, though, that I like it. I like that they did it. Don't know why they did it, but now that you can see, they've got the soft tires on, so they're going to be fast. So we're going to try to do everything we can to keep in front of them. All right, everything is running low. Okay, why are we not focused on the right car again? All right, you can see 15th is right behind us. And yeah, we're doing everything we can to hold them off, because you can see everybody's clumped right in here together. So this is going to be close. Wow, 2 more minutes. And unfortunately, the tire temps are so high that I can't really push. We're going to give it all we can with the engine. Hopefully we can keep it here. There we go. Woo! Okay, we just did it. Now think about this. Without the errors in the pits, we would have been on the podium easily, because I know it cost us more than 5 seconds in the pits. So we would have had yet another podium finish, but instead we'll settle for some points are better than no points. So we'll take it, and we'll come home in 15th position. And we stay in 4th, a good 2 points ahead and 1 point behind. Not bad at all. I always hate to see those mistakes, but hey, we're human. We all make them. So I can't be too terribly mad, especially when you consider the fact that for car number 1 anyway, we've gone the last 2 to 3 races with no mistakes. So comes with the territory. All right, driver form looking much better this time around. And we only lost 786,000. Again, that is really good for our future viability of more parts. More parts means a better car, and better performances mean more money. So everything is building on itself. We're doing a great job so far in this particular season. Everything is going where we want it to do. So stay tuned for more of our Let's Play series of Motorsport Manager.